Welcome back to another video of Art of the Outdoors. I'm back at it today with another outboard from my collection. I bought this last summer from a gentleman who had this in his barn since the 70s. When I bought this motor, I bought him as a pair with another motor, and I was able to have time to get the other one running, but this one I wasn't able to touch yet. So this motor hasn't been ran or had gas in it since the early 1970s. So today I'm going to see what the condition of spark is, see if we can run some fresh gas through it and possibly get it running. First impressions is it's very dirty. Feels like it has compression. Primer works for the gas. There's a lot of resistance on the throttle, so I may have to clean and lubricate that. I believe this is a late 1940s Johnson TD20, which is a 5-horse model. And let's see what's inside the gas tank. Ooh-wee. I don't smell too good, but I'll have to clean the gas cap because you can see there's all sorts of sediment, but overall the gas tank's dry and clean. It just might need to blow it out. Looks like here's the fuel shutoff valve. And now I think I might try to get this bottom shroud off with these, looks like 4 screws. Let's see what this model number is. TD20. You can see there's the primer and the rich and lean adjustment. Now I got this bottom shroud off, I'm going to go ahead and check for spark. I'm going to take this boot off and take the plugs out. That spark plug was tight. Well, it looks pretty good. Well, for reference on these older outboards, there's usually a tag on the top cylinder spark plug, and it actually says up. It's a little brass tag. You can see here. Right. Well, it doesn't look like any spark at all, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this gas tank to get to the flywheel. Looks like there's going to be total of 4 bolts underneath the gas can to hold the gas can on. One here, and then 2 on the opposing side. And this is just a 7/16 inch bolt. I'm going to take this 3/8 inch wrench and remove this nut here that holds the plunger valve. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the gas line so I can lift the gas can up, and make sure your gas valve is shut off. This is a 7/16 inch wrench. And then that's loose, and when you lift the tank up, it should come off there. Okay. There we go. Well, here's the flywheel. Well, it looks like it's a 19mm socket to fit on the top. You gotta open these butterflies. Well, that's pretty interesting. I'm removing this bolt and it's actually lifting the flywheel off for me. And now it's loose. And I think I should be able to lift it up. Yay. Looks like my ignition components are pretty clean. I'm assuming that it's probably just the points need cleaned. The coils look pretty good. They don't seem cracked. And what's pretty interesting about this style magneto is the magnet is not on the flywheel. This is the magnet right here, this cam. These points are called breaker points. There's push rods here that are riding on this cam, and that's what causes the spark to happen when these go open and shut. So now to clean these points, they're not the traditional style points. Where my screwdriver is, that's the point right there on both sides. There's one here and one on this side. Remove these small these two little small screws here. Make sure you don't lose any of your parts. You can get this piece up, and there's your points right there. So you can see how dirty this is right here, and I'm sure the inside is just as bad. Right inside here is the inside side of the point. And now for sandpaper, you can use 400 to 1000 grit. Just be easy with it and just polish. That's about as clean as I'll get. I think the most efficient way of doing this is put the sandpaper in there and put the screwdriver against the sandpaper in the point, and then just go back and forth. So I got that point cleaned up. Now I'm going to work on this one. Got my sandpaper. I'm going to go ahead and polish these points. Alright, well, I got both points clean. Now it's time to put everything back together. Put the flywheel back on. Now there is a keyway that you got to try to get it lined up with the... Well, I'm going to put a spark plug on and check for spark. I set the hood back onto the flywheel, and I'm going to turn it over to check for spark. Well, it looks like we have good, strong, hot spark on both cylinders now. So I'm going to fasten the gas tank back to the motor and hook everything back up. Well, I think we're about ready to take this thing outside and put some gas in it. And I'm going to prime the gas for the first time. Alright, let's see if this thing will fire. I think we're close to being able to put water in a barrel. Alrighty, we got some water in this thing. Well, this was a fun little project. I can't believe this thing runs so good after sitting for so many years. And all it took was a couple hours to clean the points and get this thing disassembled. And it honestly fired up pretty quickly. We'll have to clean this thing up some. Well, I got the bottom shroud on now. You can tell it needs a good cleaning job. I hope you enjoyed this video, and for an antique outboard, this thing runs pretty darn good. It idles great, and I couldn't be any more happier with it. I hope this video encourages you guys to get some of your antique outboards out of your barn and try to get them running again. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.